I'm taking my time. I'm texting my wife.
You son of a bitch. We're on the clock, Isaac.
We do not pay you to interact with your wife.
They don't pay me at all!
We don't. Oh. You should have brought your wife.
She's okay. She definitely needs some time.
That's
I say
fair.
home alone, but she's with the dog, so who knows how
There you go.
that's going.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and didn't realize it was daylight savings time.
Yeah, James.
Last
said
I
night.
only realized because last night when we were all still awake,
Okay.
someone mentioned it.
Thank God.
They were like,
for-
oh yeah, it's 11. I think it was Alex. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Thank the heavens for automatic clocks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Seriously.
didn't. I mean, because it's dark out now, and it's only like what 5:20. We've gotten to that time of
5:26.
evening.
Yeah, wow.
5:26. So, oh my word.
Oh man.
So, anyway, this is the Just Interesting podcast. I'm Isaac,
I'm James.
and we have the wonderful Alli with us.
Hello.
And last time, I spent a half hour just blabbing on about the Pokemon games. So this time, Alli is going to go forward and try to explain a thing that is the Pokemon anime.
Yeah,
To
'cause
James.
I don't get it, man. I know
'Cause
they gave
now-
a bunch of kids epilepsy.
You're gonna get-
they
Just
sold
that
a lot
one
of
thing.
toys.
You're going to get so confused now.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to understand.
So let's start
Honestly-
from the beginning. Ash Ketchum is on a bicycle, right? And he hits his head and he goes into a coma.
No,
And
we're
he
not
has-
talking about the coma theory. I hate the coma theory because every single kid's show has a stupid coma theory, and I'm so sick of it. It's a stupid shit idea, and we're not going to talk about it. That's the last we're going to bring it up, okay?
Allie, why do you hate people in comas?
Because they are not contributing to society.
Oh.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Oh.
Anyways, so, James,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you
Okay.
to forget everything that Isaac told you about Pokemon last
Not
episode.
everything. But
Most of it.
things.
It's already gone.
It's
friends.
already
Good.
gone.
Awesome.
Great. 10 minutes ago.
Awesome. Very good. So, James, you did not watch Pokemon.
I saw some of it, but I saw
Your
Pokemon
mom-
in the way that I saw Dragon Ball Z. I was loud. I mean, it
I
didn't
thought your
matter.
mom didn't
No,
want you
it was
because
the cards.
oh,
They were
Oh,
they
the
were
cards.
pocket monsters, and
so
they were
that meant-
demons.
yes.
Did you get the letter? I got the letter.
I have no idea what the letter is.
There was a letter. There was a letter
Oh
that
my
went
gosh.
around to
Listen,
families' homes about the cards.
I'm
Again-
sure Focused on the Family had something against. I
This
don't
is-
care.
this
It's not
is-
important. All right.
This is another example of my parents just being like, "No, we think this thing is dumb."
It's clearly harmless. But
It
anyways,
is.
all right.
Anyways,
So
okay.
the television show. When did it come out in America?
It started...
let's see. I remember it.
8? No, 6.
no.
6.
96.
96. Right
Really?
after the game.
Yeah.
It was literally introduced. I think the game was in this. We're kind of in the release time of games now. That's never really changed. It was right after that.
Yeah. I think because I would have been
It was like 96.
96.
97.
Yeah. Something like that. It was
Okay.
very young.
Maybe 98.
No, it wasn't that late.
No, because I remember the Game Freak loading logo was like 95.
Yeah.
So.
But in any case, so we were very young when that show came out.
Yeah.
Now, unlike Isaac, who has just a real true love and appreciation for the Pokemon games, I have a complicated relationship with Pokemon the show, because growing up when it first aired, I loved it, and then that was the reason I got into illustration and art and drawing in general. And then that's the reason.
Did you have like one of those Pokemon drawing books? Like,
Nope.
drawing Pokemons?
But I
Okay.
would
had
print
one of those.
out pictures of Pokemon from the internet on dial-up,
Okay.
and use up all of my parents' printer ink, and then kept them in a binder. My older sister, started that.
I
that
gotta ask,
practice.
because we didn't address this on the last episode. Who is your favorite Pokemon?
I think I'm gonna go with Squirtle.
You know, funny, that's my wife's too.
Yeah, and the reason I love Squirtle, and I'll get to it in a couple of minutes, is because of
please
the
tell me
show.
It's the Squirtle Squad.
Yeah, it's definitely the
Oh
Squirtle
my
Squad.
gosh, yes.
So
Is
we
that
will
where
explain.
they're all like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll
That's
get to
kinda
that in a
amazing.
minute. But yeah, but then I went through a period of my adolescence where I hated Pokemon. I hated anything to do with it. I was like, no, Pokemon's not real anime, and it's not real art, and I'm better than that.
But
and
Fishugi Yugi, that's for
we are
grown-ups.
not. It is for grown-ups. It is for grown-ups. Children do not do Fishugi Yugi. That is for
Wonderful.
responsible adults.
That's the hard stuff.
It is a messed up show. But no. And I wanted to kind of distance myself from it. But then as I kind of grew out of that, I started to be able to look back on Pokemon with just nostalgic fondness and realized that I had been a little bit of a dumb shit when I was in middle school. So I needed to just get over that and embrace my love of Pokemon. So, James, you have not seen much Pokemon.
No, I've maybe seen 6 episodes total in my entire life, and all out of order, and I have no idea. I remember one time, not Charmander. Was it Charmander, Little Red Dragon?
Yeah,
Like,
Little Red
but
Dragon.
I mean, I say little.
Tail
He's
on
like
fire.
size of a refrigerator.
Well, that's Charizard.
Oh, Charizard. Yeah, and he's
evolved
like
one.
basically a big jerk, and Ash can't keep him under control.
Yeah.
And then they have a
Yes.
traumatic bonding experience.
Yeah.
I remember that as a kid. I figured that's what the whole show was. Just a
It's
series of
kind of.
traumas, and then they become friends, and then the next episode, everybody's a jerk again, and Brock is just constantly trying to mac on the ladies.
Yes, he is.
You know, we don't.
There's
really
like
need to
2
explain
ladies,
anything.
though. There's just like
Okay,
one
well-
You
representative
don't need to explain
of
anything.
the
to him.
medical
he knows,
system.
He knows how it works.
and one
That's all it is.
representative of the police, and Brock just macs on both of them, and they're both empowered female characters, and Brock just
and they
wants
both
to
wear very,
sexually
very
harass them.
short skirts.
Oh, do they?
Well, Officer Jenny does.
The cops in a skirt?
Yeah. It's
That's gotta be-
Japan.
Oh.
But anyways, so, yeah, I mean, you kind of have a basic understanding, but I am going to go into a little bit more depth and kind of explain...
And nobody's in a coma.
Huh?
Nobody's in a coma.
Nobody's in a coma.
Nobody's in a coma.
We are not dealing with that. I do.
Okay.
I hate that theory. It's a dumb
Okay.
theory. Anyways, so pretty much starts out how the games start out. You wake up. You're a 10-year-old. I think in the show, Ash wakes up and it is his birthday because he just turned 10. And
That
when you
might be
turn
why I'm
10,
confused.
you get sent to Professor Oak to be sent off as a field
Ash
agent.
was
Wait,
slacker.
wait a minute. So it's like a conscription thing.
Yes.
I had this figured all wrong.
No.
So
it is
wait.
not voluntary.
What?
No, you have to go when you turn
Oh,
10.
your parents like push you out, even
Yeah,
in the games. They
so-
push you out the door.
You
and
have
say,
to go see the professor.
You
so
have
that
to go
you
see
can
the professor.
Fight dogs.
Get the fighting dog, and then go on an adventure alone, away from me.
Yes, so that mom can stay at home.
So the
and
rite of
drink
passage
vodka.
thing, it's literally a rite of passage.
Oh,
It is,
literally.
it
It's
is.
like getting conscripted into the army.
They're like
for
10
3
though.
years.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So you wake up. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Ash! You get to go be a dog fighter now.
Also, can I just say, literally a week ago, it dawned onto me that his last name is Ketchum, because he's catching them.
He's gonna catch them all.
He's gonna catch them all.
Yeah,
So
you're an
he's-
idiot.
He's Ash Ketchum.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Oh my god.
He's
Okay.
catching them.
So, anyways, you wake up. It's your birthday.
He puts them in his bottle.
No, the thing with Ash is he wakes up late because he's a little slacker piece of shit.
You got a lot of disparaging things to say.
Ash
about
is an idiot. He is an eternal
Like,
child,
he's
and he's
10,
a complete,
right?
Yeah, but he's an
Yeah.
utter idiot. He's complete
I
moron.
was not a smart 10-year-old, so
Yeah,
I can
well-
identify with that.
There's a red barrel next to that guy, man. You
Blow it
gotta
up. Anyways, so Ash wakes up. His mom's like, "Oh my God, you have to leave now, and you're not gonna get a good Pokemon." Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, so wait, other kids go, like, in front of him?
Yes, and there's, I guess,
It's like
only
the SATs.
I think there's only 3 other kids in his town.
The only
I
one
guess,
you ever meet is Gary.
is Gary. But when you get to Professor Oak's, all of the other 3 starter Pokemon
Those
have
3
been taken.
starters that you have the option of in the games are gone.
Yeah.
So there's almost a joke there where, like, the kid in the game has already been there,
Yes.
picked his Pokemon, and
Yep.
Ash is literally too slow to get
Yes.
into that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's kind of great.
So he
Alright.
gets there, and Professor Oak is like, "Wow, you screwed up, buddy. I don't know. I guess I got this really shitty thing. It hates everybody and it wants to murder everything."
I've got this unruly electric mouse.
Yeah,
Oh, so that's where the Pikachu is.
yeah. So
Yep.
when he
But
starts out,
Pikachu's the best Pokemans.
he and Pikachu hate each other, and this, so he gets Pikachu, and Pikachu's like, screw you, dude, and electrocutes him. And that's basically like the first episode. He just electrocutes Ash constantly. So then
can we forgive some of Ash's shortcomings by basically just saying he's brain damaged? Because
that's fair. That's fair. Now the other thing is Pikachu refuses to go into a Pokeball.
Because they would choose this.
I would too.
But he won't ever go into a Pokeball. So Ash can't just carry Pikachu around with him in the Pokeball. But this is an issue because Pikachu wants to murder him. So he has to put Pikachu on a rope and wear big pink rubber gloves so he doesn't get shocked.
This show sounds amazing.
This is the first episode. It is the best.
This is just like the first episode.
The best television program.
Oh my gosh. So then he's trying to... I guess he's just like, well, shit, I guess this is what I'm stuck with. I guess I'll start my Pokemon journey. And so he was wandering around, and I don't remember what attacks them, but they get attacked
Spearow? Little flock of Spearows.
Yeah, a flock of Spearows attack them.
A flock
of Spearows attack them, and
basically just a bunch of robins running around just attacking
them. And Pikachu gets hurt, and he's trying to electrocute all of them, but he gets hurt, and I guess Ash,
rushes him to a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, he picks him up and, risks getting electrocuted, 5 more times just to save Pikachu, and he takes him in...
They've got
and this is where he steals Misty's...
Guys, they've got a bond.
He steals Misty's bike. He runs into Misty, who becomes one of his friends for the rest of the series.
This is the first episode?
This is the first, yeah.
It's the first episode or two, yeah.
Yeah. He steals her bike. It gets trashed, and Pikachu's electrocuting everything. But he steals it, I think, to try and get to...
A Pokemon Center. To heal Pikachu.
So then he goes, and then Pikachu gets healed, and Pikachu's like, "Oh, bro, you totally saved me."
So as you called earlier, they bond through a traumatic experience.
Yes. And then Misty shows up, and she's like, "You little son of a bitch, you stole my bike, you trashed it, you owe me a new damn bike." And Ash was like, "I'm 10, I have no money." And she's like, no, I don't want your money. She's like, I don't know, she's just like, "I want a new bike, I don't want money." And he's like, "I don't have any money." She's like, "Fine, I'm staying with you until you can pay me back or get me a new bike." Misty's 13.
Okay.
Also the gym leader.
She's not the gym leader. Her sisters run the gym.
Right, because she's out of the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she's some kind of a misfit and didn't want to I don't know.
Become one of the aerial sisters.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Wait, why?
Okay, so...
Is that later?
That's later.
Alright.
We could go through the whole plot.
We could,
stick to the overarching.
Yeah. So, basically then, Ash goes on his journey. He's the little idiot. In this one, your rival is Gary Oak, Professor Oak's nephew, and Gary
is... the games, right?
Yeah, but he has... Yeah.
But you didn't get to name him Shitface, so...
Yeah. So now
his
he's
name's Gary.
In America, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's Gary Oak. He is better than you in every capacity, except that people actually...
He gets the bitches.
He does get the bitches, which is really upsetting and weird, because Gary is also 10 years old, and those women are...
But Gary can drive a car, remember?
He can drive a car?
I forgot about...
I think he must be older.
He does not drive the car. One of the girls does. If I remember correctly.
Gary, he's our man. He can't do it. No one can.
Exactly.
What?
He's got a
cheerleading squad that hangs out
of 20-year-old women.
Gary's got an entourage.
Of 20-year-old women who should all be arrested for pedophilia.
That kid's macking.
Yeah. Although Gary, I think, is also super rich, so he may just be paying. Those might be call girls. Those might be high-end prostitutes.
Yeah.
Because I think Gary's parents left him, and they think they're rich, and they don't.
So really, he's just lonely.
He is, and that is something that is addressed later on in the show. But by that point, I stopped caring.
Poor Gary.
I don't feel bad for Gary. He's an idiot. They're all idiots. But anyways, so in the show, that's the beginning of it. So Ash
he has set
out
on his quest to become the Pokemon Master.
So he has his shitty little Pikachu.
There can only be one Pokemon Master, right?
Right.
Yes.
And he's gonna be it. That's what he thinks.
Because he's convinced his dad is a great Pokemon trainer.
Oh, so he's trying to find him through competition.
I guess.
No, he's just like my dad. You never hear anything else about his dad.
Is there a father figure issue with the creator of this?
Probably.
That's It seems to come up a lot. That's the only reason I'm asking. I'm not trying to get,
I don't know
too
anything, but I would assume so.
psychoanalytical here. But
I mean, all Ash had growing up as a father figure was Mr. Mime, and I can't imagine that did much for his psyche.
That's dark.
That was all kinds of creepy.
I do not like Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime, in case you've never seen him, is...
I've seen him.
It's a humanoid Pokemon that's kind
He
of
looks like
middle-aged.
the boss from Dilbert. His hair.
He does.
He
has a creepy mime that's got like weird appendages, like his
very
articulation.
large
I guess is like
hands.
Yeah,
Yowie hands.
Yowie hands.
Stayed alone with his mom.
Yeah. That's what Mrs. Ketchum was up to.
Oh.
Anyways, so that's how you start out. You start out with Ash, Shitty Pikachu, and
Misty,
who is a water type trainer.
Okay.
Right.
So she's got the Squirtle?
Has a dumb shit.
No, she does not have a. Yeah, she has a really shitty side.
That's right. He gets headaches.
Yeah.
Yes. Sigh.
I love you.
Poor Psyduck.
And also refuses to evolve. That's another thing with Pikachu later on. Pikachu refuses to evolve.
Like Pikachu is just like the most like
sentient.
sassy talk-back Pokemon out there.
I knew I liked Pikachu.
Yeah, he doesn't want to evolve. He doesn't want to stay in a Pokeball, but he is loyal to
He makes his
Ash,
own rules.
He does make his own rules.
which garners interest from a very specific group of people.
Yes.
Oh,
How could we forget?
Rocket power.
I hate you. Team Rocket.
They're riders.
Which
on a mission.
I think... Well, Team Rocket, which are agents of... Team Rocket, but who is...
Wait, so Team Rocket's like a larger group?
Yeah.
It's a corporation or something run by Giovanni.
Giovanni, who's a crime boss.
He's
also
a
a gym leader.
He's a gym leader. He's a syndicate head.
And he's Italian, clearly.
Yeah.
Does he talk with like a Joe Pesci voice?
He does not.
Aww.
Not at all.
Sadly.
That's
I know,
really
it's
disappointing.
So the two agents of Team Rocket that Ash has to deal with are Jesse and James and their Meowth.
Right. Who speaks English?
Because
he sounds like, some kind of mobster for sure.
It's true.
It's true.
Meowth is the only Pokemon that can speak English. Because he taught himself English and how to stand upright and act like a human in order to try and impress another female Meowth. I don't really remember why.
No, he's trying to impress Giovanni because Giovanni's got a Purloin.
No.
Persian.
No. There is an episode where you find out why he does this, because there's this other Meowth, it's this pretty Meowth, and she, spurns him, and he's like, how do I impress her? She really likes human stuff, so I'm gonna make myself as much like a human. And then
so
Giovanni finds him after he gets
King
snubbed.
Louis.
So then he gets snubbed by this girl Meowth, and she's like, you're a freak! Oh my god, no! Get away from me!
But she does that by just saying Meowth over and over again?
Yeah.
And sticking her, literally sticking
all
her
the Pokemon's names come from their speech,
the noise that they make.
Which is repetitively saying their name.
Yes. But then Giovanni finds Meowth, and is like, oh my god, it's a talking Meowth. This is amazing, I have to have it. And then he thinks, oh cool, he's gonna take me in and he's gonna love me and I'm gonna be his favorite, but then, oh shit, he's got a Persian and he doesn't love me. Mm. Oh no. Pokemon is basically about how nobody loves you. Nobody loves you.
Yeah.
You are alone in the world and no one loves you.
Wow, it really is.
Except for Jesse and James, who have each other, although James might be gay.
He might be. Yeah.
But that's okay, they're best buds.
And they're Team Rocket?
They are
and
Team Rocket.
And they work for Giovanni?
Yes, but they are...
Scrub Lords.
They are the reject Team Rocket, because apparently everybody else that works for Team Rocket really, really good at their jobs.
They're
and
all
Jesse
the people
and James,
wearing the flat caps that are around trying to take
the black outfits. They've got the white outfits. They were the mailroom workers, really.
Yeah, they kind of
amazing.
Screwed up, and I don't think Giovanni ever actually sent them out on a mission. I think they were just like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get everything for Giovanni, and he's gonna love us. And then they find Pikachu, and they're like,
they're
clearly,
like
this is what
characters
Giovanni
from Excel
wants.
Saga.
I forget what makes Pikachu stand out.
Because he's really, really powerful. powerful.
They perceive that he's really powerful. Well, they've got a talking Meowth with them.
Right.
God, I don't. So basically, they get obsessed with this Pikachu that Ash has,
and they're like, if we can bring this Pikachu to Giovanni, he will love us, and we will be set for life.
So that's why they're trying to hassle Ash.
Yeah, that's why they're hassling.
All right. So Ash and Misty are together after Ash takes the bike, and now
they're romping around. They're romping around.
So where's Brock come in?
Brock is the first gym leader.
He is the Rock gym leader.
So Brock the Rock.
Brock the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne Brock the Rock Johnson. Brock.
Only a lot skinnier.
Obama
and
Brock the Rock.
And
with
misogynistic and never opens his eyes.
Never opens his eyes.
Except for I think once he does.
Oh really?
Yes. And he's got like the super shoujo, super like sparkly anime eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like all rose, like cherry petals and
this
stuff.
It's a little bit
ridiculous.
of tangent, but the one successful later in the series, like the one successful romantic relationship he has. Or almost has, until Ash is a dick and like says, "No, we need to go. Pokemon is the most important thing in the world." The Pokemon that the trainer he's falling in love uses. Listen to this: Snorlax, Makuta. Basically, Sorry, I thought I knew all of them, but there's a Snorlax. All the Pokemon. Someone pointed out that they all have the same eye slit thing. Like they don't have full eyes. So
does she want to bang a Pokemon?
She loves apparently the flat eyes. It's hilarious because you see her entire team is just like the slit eyes.
Does she want to bang a Pokemon?
Right.
That's my question.
All right.
But anyway, sorry. So
right.
Brock basically,
what's his gym? What does he want out of all this?
Sorry, I don't want to keep encroaching on you, but
Why does he go with?
Well, Ash impresses him initially. Like Ash is like because he beats him with a Pikachu. And
But which is really impressive because he's got like an Onix and a Geodude, and
it just makes the whole thing creepier because you said, and the one thing you said you knew about the Pokemon show was Brock hits on all the ladies. That's a constant. It never works out. He's always a bit of a creeper. But the creepy thing is he eventually, when he breaks off from the group in the later anime, he goes on to become a Pokemon breeder.
Sure.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that crazy to me.
It doesn't seem that crazy.
If you're taking the whole of the thing in, I mean, like, people breed dogs, and
that's basically what he goes off to.
They're having a lot of animals.
Yeah, they're all romping around.
Can only repeat their own name.
But then there's also this whole thing, like, when they meet Brock, you also meet Brock's family.
Do they all look like Brock?
Like, all of his younger siblings, and, like, again, father issues. They have an absentee father. And Brock's all pissed off at his dad for not being around, but then they convince Brock's dad to, like, he's living on the streets or something.
Why?
He's some kind of, like, homeless man, and they convince Brock's dad to go back and, like, take care of the kids like he should be doing. It's weird.
Right, he's like a nature man.
Yeah, he's like, no,
he wants to be with the trees.
I don't know, he wants to do something. But anyways, so they get Brock, and they're going around.
The Brock Rocks.
And then basically, from that point out, once you assemble like that core group, the three, every single episode is they are either going to a gym to fight a gym leader,
okay,
or wandering around,
okay,
trying to get to a gym.
Okay.
Brock hits on a lady and is unsuccessful. Misty yells at Ash for being a dipshit.
Okay.
Ash is a dipshit.
And befriends a new Pokemon.
And just keeps getting more Pokemon. And mostly shit Pokemon, too. I'm going to point out.
He never seems to have what you would consider meta game.
Yeah, no. He does not understand how to build a good team. But it's okay, because he gets the most powerful, intrepid Pokemon through the power of friendship and love, guys!
Oh, right on.
And through all of this, Pikachu consistently levels up and yet is always beat down somehow. Basically the battle rules that are established in the games don't really... They always They always bring up type advantage and everything, but...
That's not really what...
They use anime rules all the time.
So Pikachu's always got those, like, scuff marks all over himself.
Yeah,
and he's always like,
all the time.
I can do it.
And then he gets an encouraged speech, and it's like, you can do it, Pikachu.
I believe in the heart of the cards, and then it just turns into you.
And then everything's fine. So there's actually someone who has... You know how with anime, a lot of anime, people have come up with a especially very filler-heavy ones. They've
Yes.
come up with like watching lists to
Right.
cut out all of that.
Essential episodes
The
type of thing.
Pokemon one is really, really short.
Really?
And by that I mean like they cut out so much.
So how
Yeah,
many
because-
episodes, if you just had to guess,
I don't know.
exist right now for Pokemon?
Oh my
so
God,
many,
it's
so many.
it hasn't
Because for
stopped.
every generation of game that has occurred,
They've
they
released
have
a new,
done an anime.
Yeah,
And it's all Ash Ketchum?
It is
Ash
all
Ketchum-
following Ash.
yeah, and he's still 10. He has
Still
not
10.
aged. He is an eternal child.
He's an eternal. Yep.
Yeah, that's a weird, like, Tuck Everlasting thing.
It
going on
is, but I don't think anybody else has really aged either.
No,
It's
one,
in
well,
that-
no. They go back to Misty, and
Because she goes back to run
Brock
the
at
gym.
some point, and they have visibly aged, and Misty has a reaction which is like, Ash, you look the same. So there's
That's
been
weird.
some, as much as you don't like the coma theory, which does work into that.
It does.
I love I saw a great picture once, which is, so every region that Ash goes to, number one, he's never been the Pokemon Master. He never did it.
I assume
He
not.
gets
because
all the
otherwise
badges.
There's no reason.
He gets all the badges. He
Wait.
gets to the league, and then he'll fail there. And
But-
then
Oh,
move on.
really?
Yeah, no, he goes to the final tournament. He never wins, but he'll get like really, really close.
I
but
think
then
one
he's just
time he
like,
fought the champion, and
He did.
then
He did. But then
lost.
he's like, nah, it's cool. I'll just go on to the next one.
Yep.
And I'm going to be the best. It's like, Ash, you literally have not won a single thing. Except for your badges.
You beat all the badges, which is something to saying something.
Yeah, but
and
still.
your Pikachu should be level 100 capped easy by now. You should be face rolling these dudes.
But you're not. You're bad at your job.
Because again, the leveling rules. There's actually someone at some point, because levels are never really brought up in the anime.
Right, because
levels
they're
don't make sense.
animals.
They're a metric.
Yeah.
But someone does in the first series make a note about the level of Ash's Pikachu.
Yes.
So
Like
that
his power level.
the
or
power
whatever.
level type thing. So
It's
that
over 9,000.
it's over 9,000.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
No.
So you have
That's from
no.
Dragon
That's
Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
But I was going to say something about this theory of his constant youth.
Mhm.
One is the coma theory, which you can look up if you're interested. But the one I love is that in every region, Ash has partnered up with a Misty, basically a girl some girl trainer who has a goal of some kind. They all have their individual goals.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also usually another guy.
And another guy, typically, yeah. But the girls have always been pretty consistent. And one great thing I saw was it's this like image of Ash after he leaves this one region and the girl is waving goodbye and the caption is, "And so Ash moves forward to another region to continue to suck the blood for the life energy from the virgins to maintain his eternal youth."
He's a vampire. Ash is a
Yeah,
vampire.
he sucks their life energy to keep them up. And he never has any relationships with any of these girls, except...
I was just going to ask about Ash and Misty. Is
no,
that a thing?
there's no...
It's all platonic?
Yeah.
Japan.
Really?
See, this is where we get into some weird stuff
With the localization?
The localization. So in the Japanese version...
Well, they got rid of James Boobs.
Huh?
The James Boobs episode.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to say...
That's not
in
exactly a
the
surprise.
Japanese
I'm sorry,
version,
James.
No, it's okay.
I
I understand.
they hook up.
Okay.
Ash and Misty.
They're a thing. They're an item.
They have sex.
Oh, wait, really?
Really?
They bang in the Japanese version.
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're sticking with the U.S.,
I'm assuming he's
Canon.
not 10.
No, he's 10
oh dear Lord.
and she's 13.
You kill me here.
Okay, so the closest I ever saw it to happening, or like a relationship, is in the latest one, which was X
Yeah.
and Y, where the girl,
I don't know.
whatever her name is, like has memories of
13th
Ash.
Misty.
Yeah, it has memories of Ash, and like was awe inspired by him when they were like I say they're when they were kids, when they were really young.
Oh,
they were
I
2.
see.
And actually, I think in the anime they haven't aged him really, but they made him drawn more like a teenager now. So
Yeah.
he has aged, but it's been very, very slow. He might
Yeah.
be like 13 to 16 now.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But there's this girl that has like, apparently all the fans of the show online are like, will they, won't they? Will, like they actually brought that in.
Yeah.
I see.
But
I think it's pointless.
they
but
don't
whatever.
because Ash is like Pokemon is the best and the most important and the only thing that matters.
Yeah,
in
it
the
seems
world.
like he's got his priorities set. And
He does, and I will give him that. He knows his priorities.
He's not very good at them, but
No, he's terrible. So that yeah, Allie, that's wonderful. You're right. That's the crux of the Pokemon series.
yeah.
And every single series has followed that formula,
Yep.
just like the games. They all follow the formula.
Um,
And there's no new Team Rocket, by the way. The same one has followed them through every single region.
you do at one point meet two other agents from Team Rocket,
Yeah.
Butch and Cassidy.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Butch and Cassidy, and that's when you find out that
Is there a Sundance
Jesse and
Kid?
James are so shit at their jobs. They don't do the Team Rocket motto correctly. They have screwed it up because I think, let's see. Oh god, let's see if I can remember. The way Jesse and James do it is prepare for trouble and make it double. Oh god.
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
Wow, we're terrible.
I don't. Oh god. Okay.
They
scrap that.
They screw it up, but that annoying thing they do all the time that I'm
Yes.
actually embarrassed that I can't.
I know
remember.
what
I
you're
am
talking
really,
about.
really ashamed of myself that I can't
There's a
remember
lot of
it.
speed lines going on.
It is. But they actually do it wrong. And you find that out when you meet Butch and Cassidy.
And this is in series 1.
Yeah. And then Butch and Cassidy are just like, Jesse, James, why are you Giovanni hates you. He pretty much assumed you two were dead. Like, what are you still doing? They're like, no, you're lying. Giovanni loves us. We're great at our jobs. And they're like, no, you're really not. What are you doing?
And Team Rocket really brings up some confusing things about how their connections to Giovanni and everything work in the game, because they have constant access to giant mech suits and submarines and all this tech to grab the Pikachu, which they
But
never
they're
grab the
pretty
Pikachu.
much just getting that stuff on their own, right? Like they're terrible and amazing at their job at the same time.
That's true.
The interesting
Like, they're
thing
just
is, I
focused
saw
on the wrong way.
If you think about it, because I saw something, I won't take credit for this, obviously, but James is held as the actual best trainer in the series.
Oh yeah, no, he's
because
an amazing trainer.
James never captures a Pokemon. What he does is he asks
Every single Pokemon.
one
Yep.
that he has had, do you want to be part of my team? Do you want to come with us?
They're actually great characters. I really love them.
Oh yeah,
And
they have the only character development throughout
They really
the entire
do.
thing.
That's awesome.
But then, something else I wanted to talk about, James. You, James, not
Me.
James from the show.
Yes.
Is the Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
Which I have tried to make you watch
I
several
watched it.
times. I know, and that... Okay. We're kind of
No, you talk
crunched on time.
We're good.
No,
we're
we're
good.
fine.
Okay. So, James, do you remember much of the movie?
Man, I thought I did, but I don't think it made any sense. I don't understand.
Well, speaking of Giovanni...
They all loved each other at the end?
Yes.
Or what happened?
Okay, well, so we were talking about Giovanni and Team Rocket. So one of the things that Giovanni has done...
Is he in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Giovanni... Okay, so...
No.
One of the first,
He's like the start of the movie.
That's
Yeah.
the scientist person?
Well, he's the one that's funding the science thing. But anyway, just give me a minute.
Alright, I guess I
So,
don't remember the movie.
I think in the original series, the, legendary Pokemon were, Zapdos...
Articuno. and
Articuno... What?
Moltres. Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then...
Does Moltres... Oh.
Then
The birds.
there was also
Because it molts.
The birds.
Mew, which was
The god, the source of all Pokemon.
Exactly.
Right. He was the one that was under the truck, allegedly, that wasn't really under the truck.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, then for the Pokemon movie, we get Mewtwo, which is a genetically mutated and
Right,
created
and so
clone,
now he's psychic and has man hands.
sort of. But Giovanni is the one who funds the creation of Mewtwo. And actually, what I really love, because in the movie,
Radio James.
there's a part where he has Mewtwo fighting gym battles against children, again, for him.
He's got problems with that.
Then Mewtwo gets pissed off about it, and he's like, screw you, Giovanni, I want to be free. And Giovanni's like, haha, you little shit, you can't be free. I made you, you're mine. What do you want? And he, explodes the gym, and he, shoots out the top. There's an episode in the show where they're, passing by.
No. And there's an explosion?
There's an explosion, and you see Mewtwo shoot out the across the sky.
That's some cool
And
continuity.
Ash is just standing there like, oh, that's pretty weird, and then goes about his business because, again, he's
no
an idiot. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But then, there are a lot of Pokemon movies. I have seen, I think, 3 of them. I saw the first one in theaters. I actually went to the movie theater and saw it, and I loved it. It was the best thing. I had, like, a little 10-year-old double date to go see it. It was amazing. But then have you seen any of the other movies, Isaac?
I think I saw because the second one was a pretty big deal because the first one did so well. Pokemon the movie 2000, which was about the second generation of Pokemon.
But that one is where they have to go do the whole thing with Zapdos and
the birds.
With the birds,
and
they have to go to the different.
The one that sounds like a Hakunuka.
No, James, not Gyarados.
Not the Gyarados.
Well, okay, when is Gyarados happening? Because that's all I want.
Gyarados is in the first movie.
Okay, so my favorite Pokemon is Magikarp, right?
I'm still confused by that. He's like a goldfish,
Yeah,
right?
he's like a goldfish. If you let Magikarp get beat up on enough, he'll evolve into Gyarados, which is like the super powerful dragon dude. So there you go.
You just let him get wailed on?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Man, they got some like ethical conundrums going on.
It's really, really weird.
Yeah. No, I really haven't seen anything beyond Pokemon the movie 2000.
I know I watched one where they legit go meet, like, actual... Here's the thing I don't understand. In the movies, they keep meeting Pokemon God.
The legendary Pokemon. They keep running into... The movies are all, like, about meeting legendary Pokemon.
Okay, but how many Pokemon Gods are there? Because they literally meet
yeah.
a Pokemon that is the creator of the universe, but then
someone
in
has
later
worked...
games...
If you're curious, look up online. Someone's worked this out. There is literally a Pokemon God, which is Arceus.
Okay.
And then...
Is that the big dog
thing?
thing?
Arceus creates a whole bunch of, like... I think they said it's based on...
Poke-Pantheon?
It's based on, I want to say, Hinduism, or, like... They had one main god who created a bunch of other gods who created a bunch of other gods who created the world. I'm in love with
this. This is amazing.
Yeah, who created the world. Because you've got, like, space-time creator, you've got...
Space-Time-amon.
Yeah, and
Space-Time-amon.
But yeah, there's a whole thing about that. So if you're curious about the hierarchy of the Pokemon religion and everything, you can look up charts.
That's the other thing. Do people like worship Pokemon? Because it's supposed to be, Japan.
If you watched Twitch plays Pokemon, then
okay, that is a different thing though, and I'm not getting into that.
Praise Helix.
But no, because I think I remember in the show there are like they don't ever really talk about it too much, but there are like little like Shinto shrines like in the background of stuff, but instead of like
I think that was more a case of it was a Japanese anime. It was based in.
I just really like the idea that there are people like worshipping Pokemon, but also making the Pokemon go out and have dogfights because that is just adds layers of messed up.
The selling point for that has always been that a trainer and a Pokemon will create a deeper bond between the two. You go and fight. That's their selling point, and that's always been the series' selling point. It just
does not make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Really, really
so,
weird.
James, did Alli and I successfully, over the last episode and two, really explain Pokemon to you?
I'm just more confused. I guess I get the games now. The games are what I thought they were. The show, on the other hand, has a lot of layers.
There's not much... At its core, there's not much to the show. It follows the exact same formula, episode to episode. They're either fighting a gym leader...
They're trying to do the same progression as the character in the game, more or less. But then they get up to hijinks.
Yes, it's basically the game, but with hijinks.
Alright.
And then Ash learning the importance of teamwork and friendship and tra-la-la-la-la. Yes.
I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
The games.
Yes.
For someone like me, are they worth playing?
If...
I'm unwilling to invest a lot of time. I'm gonna say that at the forefront.
The thing is, they retain their value so well, but you can't really get one on the cheap. Do you have like a DS or something?
I got something I can play the old ones on, but now
emulators, dude.
Yeah,
emulator.
That's what I tried before.
Here's what I want you to do, and anyone who's listening to this who wants to try out the Pokemon games. Number one, if you want to try the anime, I suggest find the most recent one and start there because To be fair, I don't feel it's aged well.
And that's what I want to ask you. Is the show still worth watching? Because it sounds
let's
hilarious.
okay, so I'll start by saying the games quick.
Yeah.
The games, get yourself an emulator, find Fire Red or Leaf Green, which were the remakes of the original games.
Gotcha.
So they kind of just brought them up to date a little bit. They're still now a little dated. They were advanced games in the remake. But play through those, because in the emulator you can turn on like speed boosts and everything to get through it. Play through that and you'll get basically the original Pokemon experience.
Okay. And
then if you like that, honestly, every other game is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say if you want to try out the Pokemons.
That's
Alli?
fair.
And then,
The
what was
show.
your question for me?
Yeah. The show sounds hilarious. Is it that funny? Is it as funny as it sounds?
Here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to say. If you grew up in our generation, so, you know, the like 24 to about 27 age bracket. So you grew up with that sort of television and stuff like that, even if you haven't watched the show.
Yeah.
When it was originally aired.
I mean, my first anime that I really watched was Cowboy Bebop.
Exactly. I personally love the show and can go back and rewatch it, similar to what I do with Digimon, because I have nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Digimon on a different episode.
See, that I have no patience for whatsoever.
Yeah, but I am going to explain it for you.
Wanna
That's because me and Matt
myself.
make you watch the same 5 episodes over and over
That's
again.
and I'm all right.
But so if you're kind of familiar with that era of television, you might be able to kind of look back on it and be like, you know what, this reminds me of my childhood. I can put on the rose-colored nostalgia glasses and just kind of enjoy the absurdity of it, because there were so many really, really bad cultural references
in the localization.
In the localization, and it's just bad, and
Is
the jokes
it worth
are
watching
awful.
in Japanese?
I'm gonna say no, because it suffers from a lot of really weird Japanese things. However, I will say this: the manga is amazing.
All right.
The manga is phenomenal,
I'm
and
gonna have to
it
give that a
is.
shot.
If you have never experienced anything with Pokemon, I would genuinely advise checking out the manga, because it is really, really interesting. It kind of takes everything that's good from the games, and everything that was good about the television series, and it just puts it all together. It is just fantastic.
Like my jam.
It's a lot more violent, as manga is wont to do.
Good.
So it's a lot more violent. It's a little bit more adult-ish. There's some weird stuff going on, but it is really, really well written. The art is a little dated at this point, since it came out in the 90s, but it's really, really good.
Yeah, that's not going to be
I personally have never been able to get all the way through the manga, because it's like an ongoing thing. There's a ton of it, and I just didn't have the money for it to invest in it.
Oh, yeah.
But no, the manga is amazing. The Japanese show is weird, and I did not enjoy watching it. I watched a couple episodes, and it was just like, this is a little too Japanese for me.
Now, it's the same show that got translated,
Ish.
right? But I'm assuming they did some editing.
They did.
Yeah, okay.
It was dubbed by and edited by 4Kids Entertainment.
Oh, yes, okay.
Not
I thought you meant like
not
literally
four
children.
kids.
And I was like,
4 children in a boardroom.
that's
just
an impressive... It's like, what is it, the Haribo gummy bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those kids.
No, it was done by 4Kids.
Oh man,
so...
those things will mess up your insides. Don't get the sugar free.
Don't do it.
Although do read the reviews on Amazon.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
Or your cousin told me about that. That was the best thing.
So yeah, James, there you go.
Fair
That
enough.
is Pokemon 101.
I feel like I learned a lot.
Do you feel like you've grown as a person?
No.
All right.
And
there
I
we
may
go.
have more regrets.
Well, that's something at the very least, I think.
You're
I
different
personally-
than when we started.
Personally, Isaac, I'm proud of ourselves.
I'm very proud.
I'm impressed. You guys actually were more knowledgeable than I thought you would be. And I
I've
don't mean that
actually-
as an insult.
I
just
remember
mean-
It
a lot
is.
more
You
about
really
you guys
is.
remembered a lot of stuff that
So much time and money.
I did not. Well, no, I bought the cards.
The games, man.
The cards. I bought the cards.
I bought systems just for those games.
I didn't play the game, like the card game. I just collected.
I know.
card
Oh,
game.
I avoided
If-
that.
if I were-
avoided that shit.
If I
Oh,
were
my
to
word.
have existed in the Pokemon world, I would have been a Pokemon collector, and that's it. I would not have actually done anything valuable with my Pokemon. I would have just gone out and been like, I would have been the crazy cat lady of the Pokemon world.
I got you.
There you go.
There we go.
And you could do it now, because there's like literally 700 to 800 Pokemon, and there's like at least 50 cats in there.
I would just have a shitload of Eevees, I feel.
Maybe. You got a Purloin in there, too. There's a bunch of cat Pokemon.
Yeah, there are a bunch of cat, but I really like Eevees. They're neat.
They do look cool.
There's that... Yep, sorry.
Alright, guys. Well, I'd say this is a win. This is a success.
We've ruined James's life a little bit more.
It's
darkened his outlook on life and society.
You know, I'll recover.